Hi. Well, I figured today we're going to do story time. I got a lot of stories, but this one here, it was when I was real young. I think it was like about, I don't know, I think it was 14 or 15. Might have been 16. It's kind of hard to remember. Well, what I used to do is, me and my buddy, we used to go hang out. Oh, that was a pool. I wonder why it was wet. I used to go over to my buddy's house all the time. And we basically used to, what we would do is we'd run the neighborhood and, it'd be one of those, we'd ding dong ditch and, mess with everybody. And, well, what ended up happening is they were doing a house. They were rebuilding a house. I don't know if they were rebuilding or building a new house, but they were building one. And what ended up happening is we ended up having to. We went to this guy's house, and we started ding dong ditching. And I swear I hate that door. And so what happened was, we ended up basically ringing the doorbell and then running in the bushes. Well, the way you could go is you got his house here, okay, and right across there was a bush, like a big bushed area. And what it was it was like a big trail too, so like you could run right through and get to the other side. Well, that's what we did. Well, we were walking, and it's probably, it's dark time, it's probably, I don't know, probably about 8, maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. It was dark, I know that. And we ended up, this guy ended up getting in his car and driving around the neighborhood, and we're kind of freaking out because it's like, we don't know who this guy is. And he spotted us a couple times. Well, we ended up running through the new house. Through where they were building the house at. And what we ended up doing is there was another patch of woods around that went over to this big trail. It was like a big community. And what ended up happening is we ended up basically running around the neighborhood probably for about an hour. This guy, finally we didn't see him for, I don't know, maybe 35 minutes. And then all of a sudden we seen the car again, so we freaking hightailed it out. And so finally we got back to his house, and his stepmom, side note, his stepdad works for my dad's company. So I already knew his dad long before. So his dad already kind of knew that I was kind of trouble here and there. That I'd like to do dumb stuff like that, and I really wasn't trying to be a bad influence, but I just, it was funny. At the time it was. Well, now it is, thinking back, but back then, dude, man, I could have swore I about shit my pants so bad, it was unreal. And now what we ended up doing that night is we got back to his house, and we got our ass reamed. I'm talking... We probably got yelled at for about 10 minutes. And it was just horrible, And what happened was, I think we ended up going back out that night after they went to bed. Okay, so we were kind of one of those hellions that, we don't listen. And that's how basically my childhood was. It was, I didn't listen and I didn't give a shit. But it was, we had fun. It was one of those times, where you just, you're gonna do what you want, and hell with what everybody else says. Well, we're actually gonna do 2 stories on one recording because I don't know how I'm doing it on my iPhone. I haven't got the new camera yet, so I'm waiting to kind of see how that's gonna work. So that was story number 1. So we ended up going out that night and doing it again. Well, we didn't ding dong ditch nobody at like 1, 2 in the morning, because that's that's fucked up. I mean, really, how would I feel if somebody did that to me at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning? I'd be pissed. Well, story number 2 is we ended up basically, I think it was about 18 or 19. I ended up getting my driver's license. And no, I had my permit. That's what I had. I had my permit still, because I was 18, so you didn't have to clock the hours at that time, but you still had to, had a permit. And well, we ended up going to a party that night. I got dropped off out there at my friend's house, and then I went with them over to another friend's house. And I'm not gonna say no names. We'll say one is Jack and one is Sam. Okay, we'll call them, because I don't want to give real names out, because I'm sure they're not gonna like that. So I went over to Jack's house. I got dropped off over there, and then we went in his car and went to Sam's house. Okay. Well, we got shit-faced. Okay. I'm talking, we got shit-faced. I don't even remember half that night. I just know that I woke up with my underwear band, the elastic part ripped just to the front, to where the 2 lines kind of come up in, and that's all I remember. Well, I guess from the way I understood, I wasn't 18, I wasn't 21 yet, but I was like 18 or 19, something like that. I think I was either 17 or 18. It's hard to remember, what ages you were when you really first started partying hard. But the beginning, when I first started drinking, I never was able to, I'd always end up puking at some point. I didn't that night, though. I mean, I was hammering them down. I was doing shots, and well, here's where the plot gets worse. Okay, if you think drinking and walking in public is bad, drinking and driving is worse. Well, we ended up getting pulled over. Okay, that night we were on our way back out to my house. Me and let's see, we'll call the third guy Frank. Okay. Me and Frank were on our way back out here. And we were going to get money because it wasn't 2 yet. So we were going to go get more beer. I had money at my house. Well, in the process, I didn't even get out of Saginaw yet. It's like, 20 minutes away. And I didn't even get out of there yet, and I got pulled over. So now I'm shitting my pants, because I've been drinking, freaking shit since probably what, 8:30. So I've probably I'm way over the legal limit. Probably 10 times. I'm probably on the verge of passing out to blackout. Into that area. That's how much I drink. But at that point, I was kind of, starting to sober up now, because I got a cop behind me, and I know my breath's got to smell like alcohol, So my buddy Frank smoked Newports, and I always did this trick every time I'd be drinking and driving. If I did, and it's not cool to drink and drive. Don't do that. That's very dangerous. I regret doing it now. At the time, it was that we thought it was cool, but it's stupid to do it. Don't do it. It's not worth to risk your life to drink and drive. Okay, I'm putting that disclaimer there. If anybody drinks and drive after watching this video, or does something stupid, you're not holding me reliable, just for telling the story. Because I wasn't going to tell this one, but I'm going to anyway, just for the hell of it. So the cop comes up to the window. I got a Newport in my mouth, just to kind of keep the menthol, to kind of keep the alcohol away. So what happens is I give him my permit and his insurance. I'm driving, and he pulls me out. He didn't tell me why right away. So I'm thinking, oh shit, I'm going to jail. I'm freaking out in the back of a cop car. And they got the cameras and the recorders, and I'm sure they're seeing me sweat to death. And it's not the first time I've been in the back of a police car. That's probably about the 4th or 5th time. And he's talking to Frank up, outside, and so then what ended up happening was he ended up letting me go, and then we were getting ready to get back to the car. Well, I had to climb through the window of the passenger seat because the door was broke. I hadn't fixed it yet. And he goes, all right, well, he's got to drive because of the fact that you have an expired permit. And I'm thinking, oh, fucking Christ, thank God it was only that and I wasn't going to jail. Because I'm just shitting my pants still because now I'm completely sober now. Like, I'm straight-headed. So we end up going back to my friend Sam's house. And, well, the girl that was there, I ended up actually marrying like 7 years later, after school, during school right towards the end, because I ended up dropping out because I had 2 kids and, I just couldn't do it. Well, she come back. She was there when I got back. And I remember getting a slap in the face because we were out drinking and driving and being stupid. And I'm sitting here thinking, you're slapping me for drinking and driving, but yet again, you're snorting powder up your nose. Yeah, real smart, So it kind of turned into a good night. It wasn't too bad. We just, stupid kids, But it was just, it was a hell of a night. We ended up passing out. And then everybody's having sex, and I'm sitting here laying on a couch like, what the fuck, dude? Y'all gonna sit here and have sex, and y'all ain't gonna include me in nothing. Even my future wife at the time was there. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Dude, she don't remember. I remember that clearly, that she was with, who was it? Who was his name? Frank. That's what we'll call him. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit, dude? I'm like, I'm ready to go home now. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sober as shit. But I ended up going to sleep, waking up the next morning, and I was hungover from hell. Normally I don't get hungover, but I do. But I did that day, and it was just, wow. I couldn't believe it, of how much we drank and what the events happened the night before, and it was fucked up, and so it was kind of one of those days where, we just doing dumb stuff, and, but it was fun. I admit it. Well, we are at 12 minutes, so I can tell another story. If y'all, I figure I'd kind of try this out, kind of divert from the regular videos that I've been doing. I did go fishing yesterday. I ended up catching a pike. Probably about the size of my arm here, and probably about as long as my forearm. It was pretty big bastard. It was the first one I caught, in 5 minutes of being where I finally went to the last place I was fishing. And but anyway, we'll get into that another day. But actually, I'm not going to do the story. I was going to talk to you about the updates for my YouTube channel. As of right now, the bike shop is closed. Due to health reasons and trying to get stuff done. Now I'll cover that in another video when we can get stuff organized and fixed. The shop's kind of tore apart, and we're just trying to clean and just get rid of some of this old crap, and so I just haven't had time to do anything. But I ordered a new camera. It's not a great camera, but it will it's a Chinese camera. I'll just come out and say it. I don't really support China in a lot of their products, but some of the electronics I do. Because you can get them dirt cheap on eBay, and they have the same quality as the shit that everything else has. I'm guilty of it, motherfucker. So I got a camera coming, and I also have a boroscope coming, USB, to my laptop. So what I was going to do is I was going to do some boroscope shots. I don't know how well I'm going to. It might not come out good. I might have to incorporate it into a video, like a picture. But son of a bitch. I tell you. Don't smoke. I regret smoking. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, and keeping track with everybody, and now it's like I was getting some views, but now it's like certain videos are hitting more than others, which and I understand that I don't really do anything too complex. I mean, like a lot of the people that I do watch. Which we'll leave unnamed, because a lot of people always give me shit because they think that I'm giving a shout out to the people that I watch that I like. It's like, who gives a shit? So what? But no, what I'm gonna start doing is doing some vlogs. I'm gonna start doing daily vlogs. As much as I can. Some days I just, I really hurt, or I have to take my pain medication, and it doesn't really make me out of it, but at that time, it's when I can just get through my day and get stuff done, and, like getting this garage clean. I have no pain medication left for the month. It's already gone, and I'm hurting, but I'm not hurting like I was. They have me on 2 other new medications that are actually helping in conjunction with it. We'll cover that in another video, which I'm going to explain next. What we're doing. So there's going to be 2 videos up today. Oh yeah. You know what? I'll tell another story. What the hell? I ain't got nothing to do today. Shit, I gotta wait for a doctor's appointment because I screwed my shoulder up going to the gym. I'm gonna do some gym videos. I'm gonna get the guy that runs the gym permission for me to run my camera. Every now and then. Like if I at night, because normally it's just me and my buddy John, and really there's nobody in there on those nights, and that's kind of the nights that I want to do the videos, but I just want to make sure that he's cool with it. I don't want to just set up a camera and just all of a sudden I have to pay money and then get terminated, and but we're gonna cover that. I messed up my shoulder the other night working out. I didn't even get a workout in, like 5 minutes into it. I screwed my shoulder up again for the 3rd time, and it's always the gym that does it, So I really don't have anything to do. So we're at 17 minutes, so we're going to do 3 stories. Yes. This next story is what ended up happening. I'm trying to think of a good story, a real good, entertaining one that, people will like. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do a 2-part to the next story. I'm going to think of one, but I got to do another video in between my health problems because a lot of people seem to be kind of more interested in those. And that's kind of the ones I need to do. I do need to get doctors' permissions to record. I mean, not to show their face, but just like the conversation that we have. I'm okay with sharing it to the world. A lot of people need to understand what people like me go through with pain and with pain medications and clinics, and they need to be aware of things that are going on, because when all this started, I was lost. I was depressed, and we'll cover that in another video. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna upload this to one of my other channels. We're gonna do story time and vlogs on one channel, and my daily regular videos. I'm actually gonna start scheduling videos on Wednesdays for the Jacob R26 channel. That's gonna be fixing stuff, blowing stuff up if I can do it, or whatever, fixing bikes. The Jacob Richardson channel is where I'm going to do the vlogs, the gym, and the story times. The iPhone ones, I really don't know. I think I'm just going to delete that channel because I really don't use it. I'm the only one subscribed to it. I just figured, hey, what the hell. So I want to start getting views over to that other channel as well, and subscribers. So if you like if you like my content that's going to go on this channel, the story times and all the crazy shit that I'm going to start telling, and the gym, go subscribe there. I'm going to post a link on my Facebook. If you go to, the link's in my bio on my YouTube channel and my Google+. If it doesn't work, email me, let me know. I'll get the link fixed. I have a hard time with the links and all that because it's, I got so many other Facebooks that I don't use because I forgot the password. So, but anyway, okay, so I'm going to do another video. like I say, I got my door closed because that lighting comes in and kind of screws everything up with my fluorescent lights, and it just, doesn't do good for lighting. So I'm gonna do another video. We're hitting 20 minutes. Keep it real.